Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center here to congratulate you on your 2023 Flagstaff Epro 19BH travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to take into consideration when you're parking. Think about your awning. There's plenty of room for that awning to come out. On your off campsite, no slides to worry about, so I just want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Power is going to be right above your tire, and your water connection is going to be up here toward the front. It's all on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, so park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook our hitch, next thing we'll do is level our unit. And it comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply retract to lower, extend to raise. Now your door is about the middle of the unit, so stick a little level in there. Once you got your unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit got these scissor stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch handle here, or crank. You can use an impact gun or a drill gun. Just recommend slowing down when you get to the bottom. I'm also going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Put them down, run these down just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level. We're just trying to stabilize it. We don't want to change the stabilization. Just go ahead and get it nice and stable, or level. Get it stable, then we can hook up our power and water. Big long 30 amp cord plugs in here on the side. At the end of that 30 amp cord, should you need to plug into a 110, there will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. These go in at say 11 o'clock, turn it to about noon, then put your black washer on. That's all for your power. Let's hook up your water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to a city water connection. First and foremost, a water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator that comes in your convenience pack is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit because you don't know what water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up, hook up your hose. Before you turn that hose on, right here's your hot water heater. Let's make sure our drain plug's back in there. You may have taken that out last time you were camping. Put some plumber's tape around this, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Some plumber's tape. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After the hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside, turn on all your water taps. Sinks and showers, get a nice steady flow of water going through those. Get all the air out of the lines, shut them up, and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're gonna go dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank, or potable water, which is just above. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You can gravity fill this with a hose. Two ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or two on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Don't leave this unattended while you're filling it. Once it's full, put this cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That is already pressurized. Alright, we're all set to camp for power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit, continuing here on the off campsite. Up front, we've got docking lights. Big pass-through storage, a bag for your power cord. Here you have a wheel or a foot for your tongue jack there. Again, your hot water heater. If that doesn't seem to be working, come out here and look to see if either one of these are bubbled up. They're a reset valve for overheating. Press that back in. Underneath here will be our freshwater drain. Freshwater, city water. Here's where you put in your antifreeze when winterizing. Cable and satellite hookup. Hot and cold shower outdoors here. Again, your power. Back here's where we'll dump our black and gray tanks. Separate entry door into the bunk area that you can use as storage because this bunk will fold right up. Make sure you keep that locked. You got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with the recommended RV roofing caulk. You're also prepped for a backup camera. Device you can purchase from our store that sets on the dash of your tow vehicle. Another part hooks on here, give you a backup camera for the unit. Accessory hitch and towing information there. Here's your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite and dumping our tanks. Your awning does have a pitch control. Sprinkling a little bit, you want to run the rainwater away, pull down on that and that'll tilt your awning. Awnings are mainly made for shade, light rain, regular rainstorms and wind, high winds. Highly recommend putting them in. All right, for an outdoor kitchen here, you've got this table. You've got a griddle with legs that'll connect next to that. Down here you got a 110 and your quick connect LP. The griddle and table is up front in your storage here. There is a vent for your hood range. Outdoor speakers, a flue for your furnace. A couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, steer clear of it if you're running your heat. It does get hot. Your main low point drains. Our pass-through storage. Magnet up here to hold that open. With your hitch work, an extension for your bike rack, and there's your legs and griddle. You're prepped for solar. You can plug in a solar panel right here and that'll trickle charge your batteries. Speaking of batteries, check your battery post every now and then. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose going down the road. Our propane is on a regulator. Just lefty-loosey to open. Point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Come around. Underneath your propane tanks is your battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. About covers everything out here. Go take a look on the inside. Coming up your unit. Got a towel down. I just cleaned it. I want to keep it clean. Wipe my feet off. First thing I always like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Up to my right, as I come in, or left, is my control panel. Up top of the control panel is your Wi-Fi Ranger password. I will send you a video on how to hook that up. Audio light, step light, interior lights. Here's where you can Bluetooth connect this to your phone. Here's where you hook up your Wi-Fi booster. Here's your water heater. When hooked to gas, your water heater when hooked to electric does make a difference. Choose the correct one when turning that on. Your water pump when using potable water. Your tank heater, that's a little 12-volt pad that's on your tanks in case you ever are in inclement weather and you think they might freeze. And then our awning control. One thing on your awning, you do not want to open it all the way up, otherwise your arm over there will catch on it. You also only want to run that awning out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that bar. If I were to hold that extension down, that would continue to run itself out and start to run itself up back onto itself. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. Again, there is an app that you can control your awning slide outs and lights off from your phone in the App Store or Google Play, or scan this code here. TPMS is your tire pressure monitoring system. I'm going to bring that awning the rest of the way in. Shut off my awning light and tell you that slam locks work best when gently slammed. 110 with GFCI reset right here. A nice little drying rack above our sink. Light and fan. Above our cooktop. This glass top makes a beautiful backsplash. Just flip that back. Down here, turn on your panel light. Turn that to high, hit your spark, and that's how these all light up. Same thing on your oven, which is this last one. Turn that to high, hit your spark here. That will light your pilot light, and then turn it to your desired temperature. Rock that panel light down, and it becomes an oven light. Show you put this glass top down for travel. Back here in the corner is a battery disconnect for your fridge in case you ever decide you want to defrost your fridge. The fridge also has a safety handle. Up here's your solar controller. The whole purpose of this is to keep your solar panels from overcharging your batteries. 13.5 on a 12 volt is where you want to be. And you always just want to make sure this is on a flooded battery. If you hold B in, that'll make it flash. Now search through to flooded. Hold A in, and that's going to save your flooded. Now you're on flooded battery. That's what you always want to be on. Up here's our microwave. Down here your fridge with a strap for travel. That would keep that from popping open. Below your fridge, breaker box and fuses. I see a 40, couple 30s, and a handful of 15s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go out. Over here's your 12-volt carbon monoxide and propane detector. That is always running off your battery, so if you are out dry camping, you're going to be gone for the day and you don't want this to run your battery down, use that battery disconnect up front. Before going in the bathroom, talk about our bunk area. I showed you from outside that this will fold up. Underneath this bunk is also your ladder to get up top here. Tons of storage here. Your table will lift up off these legs. Take the table, put it down on these wooden pieces here. Put your flat cushions on top, another area to sleep in. Smoke alarm, a charging port, a television. Just when you get to the campsites, go in here, run a digital channel scan, so that you can pick up all the local channels wherever you're at.
Bluetooth mode.
This is also the Connex Smart, the Smart TV, which you'll have your radio, your AM, FM, your Bluetooth, everything in here, and is dual zoned from Connex. Very cool system. Alright, heading back to our bathroom. Before I do, I see our, oh there it is. I said I see our AC, but I didn't see our thermostat. Let's go to our thermostat. Go through our mode and crank up cool. Actually crank up our AC real quick. There it goes. And we'll go through the mode back to off. Generally, your AC will shut off rather quickly. There we go. Now I'm going to go through all the modes all the way to furnace. Heat. Let you hear the heat kick on. That should be your return for that. There we go. Now what you will notice is when I shut the heat off, it does take a few minutes for that fan to cycle through before it shuts off. Coming back to our bathroom. Turn our lighting on. We got another 110 in here. Got a hand crank open. Power exhaust vent here with 4 different speeds. Sink and shower, bath all in one. Access panel to your plumbing for that. That about covers everything in here. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. What I like to do is come over here and shut off my interior lights. That way I know any lighting that's on is all accent lighting that I have individually walked through and turned on. Now all of them are off. Come back to my control panel, turn on my interior lights, and say doors and drawers. Walk through your unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. Oh, no slide on this one. But everything is buttoned down for travel. That's for good there. Oh, I did mention your inverter. That is right up underneath your table here. Sorry about that. In case you need to invert your battery power to 110 for a short amount of time. Alright, shut off our interior lights and exit the unit. There goes your AC. On these steps, whether bringing up or down, you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise, this piece here will catch on it coming in. See how close it comes. Once that's in, lock that in. Before you leave the dump station, lock and deadbolt your exterior door, lift and turn this handle. That's how you want that to travel. Alright, if we are out dry camping, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, get up underneath here, dump that fresh water drain, hook up our hitch, and head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be behind your tires, almost at the very end of the unit on your off-camp side or driver's side of your tow vehicle. 10-foot hose comes in there. Hook that up, put the other end in your hole for the dump, and pull your black handle. When that sounds like it's no longer draining, look inside, see if your black tank is empty. If it shows empty or close to it, come back out here. Leave that black handle open. Grab the hose at the dump station. Again, leaving that black handle open. Hook the hose up here and let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove that hose. Put that cap back on. Make sure all that washout water you just put in there has drained. Then you can close your black and pour your gray. While my grays are draining, we come around, get up underneath the front here, and dump our low point drains right there. If we're done camping for the season, you don't want to leave hot water, stagnant water in your hot water heater. Come around here, lift up on this pressure release valve. Now be careful, some hot water is going to come out of there. When it's done, push that back down, and you can pull your drain plug for your residual water. When your grays are done, close that up, take your sewage hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store it down here in your sticky slinky tube, we like to call them, and head on home. Again, we thank you so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Epro for many years to come. Happy camping!